Okay, we're back. Hey, welcome. It's Friday. It's 3:30 here on the West Coast, and it's time for In Question. And we have some usual suspects here today going around the room. You know, we have Manny, who's, well, we're going to get into that. We have Cameron and obviously Nancy. Nancy, one of my oldest friends here in the room, known each other about 30 years, 30 plus.
Well, I'm going to be 28 in a couple weeks, so I'm not sure that it's 30. But
yeah, you skipped a few grades. You went right up there. So, yes. But we also had quite an interesting week. A couple of things happened. We actually had Waka Flocka Flame in the studio. Everybody got to meet him. He was a cool. Very cool guy. He's actually kind of the, there he is right there on the screen. And basically, Waka is just a very spiritual person that I think in every way we resonated to him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's open. Yeah. He's just an open dude seems like he can communicate with anybody.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no hip-hop kind of like interference.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if that's the right word to use,
he was even saying, he's like, yeah, man, that everything that you saw on camera, that's just an act, that's not really me. That's just pays the bills kind of thing. And
yeah,
I don't know what he's talking about. And is his show?
Reality show, yeah.
Well, his show, and then who he was as a rapper.
Yeah,
he's got What the Flocka. It's he's in his second season.
Yep.
He is definitely.
Check that out.
But when you see him on the TV on his show, he is pretty much the same guy. I mean, he's just down to earth, very cool. I enjoyed every minute with him.
He's very cool.
I think he went from a pretty dark place to kind of finding the light and finding his himself and peace and inner peace and stuff. And he's all about studying what that actually means for kind of for everybody. And
I know he even showed us
cool.
like some what was that? It was like cow dung.
Yes, it was.
Yes. It was medicine. I forgot what it's called.
Apathetica.
Something like that.
Yeah. And he was really into it, and he's like, you just put this, and it brings the universe to you.
And it cleanses the air.
And I know me and you were looking at it like, dude, that's cow poop.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
and you're going to light that on fire?
I wanted to, it was like, one of those Frisbees. I wanted to take it out and throw it.
Well, yeah, because I was asking, like, what do you do? Break it apart with your hands? And that's why I think he had the tongs.
Yeah.
Because I think he was taking it. But
what does he do with it?
Well, he basically, it comes in a kit, right? And it looks like a, kind of like a hamburger. Right?
Yeah.
Look like a hamburger, like a thick hamburger. And then it has a kind of a basin bowl. And there's a little holder, and you drop the dung in it. But he goes, first you have to melt the butter, and then you have to scoop off the fat, and then you pour the butter on this, and then light it. And he says it brings out the most spiritual, positive energy that you could actually experience.
Well, I actually took a picture of the box with my phone, so I'm going to bring some next Friday, and we'll just light dung in here.
We're not lighting anything in here. I don't want this to be our last show.
Yeah, we'll do it outside.
But we'll definitely do it outside or in the backyard or something like that. But it was pretty interesting. I mean, he just broke down his suitcase. He's like, "You guys have to see this," and brought it out. And he had a lot of other. He had a lot of good energy.
He did.
I was telling him, it's like I felt like he wanted to share. Like it's like all this knowledge, or like he's just stumbled upon something, and now it's like he's just so excited. Mm-hmm. He seemed very excited about life, and I'm like, man, that's a good feeling.
It's true, and that happens a lot because when I came in and saw him too, we talked about plant medicine, ayahuasca, mushrooms, all kinds of different things. And it's true that when you have
mushrooms,
right? When you have an enlightening experience like that, you do want to share it. Because it's such a good feeling. It's like you want everyone to feel that love and feel that peace, love, and harmony and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess when you go through so much of your life, down or not knowing that is even there,
for you to
then you're like, wow, I know so many other people that that don't know exist. So so you're all pumped to share it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was some great
He was also taller than I thought.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Was he like 6'8"?
He's probably
6'4". No, 6'4".
He said that's right. He had those shoes there.
Yeah, he had the little inch on
Versace, like the heels on these things were like that big.
But he still was 6'4". I mean, he's a big, he's a healthy big. Yeah, he looks like a football player. But then you start talking to him, and you're like, this guy's so cool. He's not, he wasn't into anything really. Just kind of like the spiritual unity.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we sat there for 4 days listening to him because he was pretty intense about it. I mean, you guys got to see a little of it, but I spent like a lot of hours with him after everybody left, and he would literally stay at the studio till like 10:30 at night. Wow. We were just sitting there just talking. It was refreshing, kind of like what we're doing here, and we know each other, right? But when an outsider comes in, and he just clicked.
Yeah.
I mean, like instantly clicked. Yeah. He came in by himself. He didn't have any entourage or the whole posse thing, and he just said no. He showed up in shorts and a t-shirt, flip-flops, and he definitely said that he loved Arizona. You guys heard that, right? He loved it. He was like, because he is from the East Coast, the southern East Coast, and he said it's 100% humidity. He's dripping wet, and he came out here. He's like, the nights are beautiful, right? That's why we moved it.
It's still hot there, but it's wet and hot.
He's taking 2 showers a day there.
Yeah.
Because you just come outside and you're just dripping wet. I mean, we had that in Chicago, and then you got the mosquitoes, right? They look at me like a buffet.
I can't do that. Kills me. They love me.
They do?
I get crushed by mosquitoes, yeah.
And then you're going to go down to Mexico.
I get crushed by mosquitoes in Mexico.
So when you're on the mountain, you're going to be like doing signals, like, what's Manny saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's two of those? He wants to steal third.
What was that?
Let's break it down. Sorry.
What was that, Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Where he's doing that. He's like swiping at.
Trying to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah. The guy that's on my shirt that I wear.
Hot Ice.
Hot
Ice. That guy.
Marv,
yeah.
Well, Marv in Home Alone.
No, man, I think the first thing people notice when they come here is how clean it looks. It's like everywhere else you go, the roads are pretty beat up.
Yeah.
And there's, it's just, it's worn.
One pothole after the other,
Man.
It's a lot older.
Milwaukee.
Exactly. Same.
Phoenix is still, like, from what I've heard and the people I've talked to have been here and born here, Phoenix is still like a new city, and that's the reason why, like, it wasn't until air conditioning became like really good that people started moving here. Before that,
can you even
people
imagine?
didn't live here.
Can you imagine living here in the summer, all summer with no air conditioning?
Die.
No,
I can't.
Yeah.
And so I think that helps make
But
everything.
it's only
good.
really 3 months. The rest of the time, it's
7.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not.
Last year was awful.
Last year was
I'm going
so
off of
hot.
last
Really?
year.
I love last
I
year.
love the heat, like I do, but like without air conditioning, I'm not gonna lie, that would be dreadful.
If it's 105 and below, I'm just fine. When it gets up above that,
when
it
it hits that 115 mark, it's a little singy. And if you have leather seats in your car and you don't put that sunblocker up,
it's a great way to lose a few layers of
skin. See, it's either that or you're scraping something off your window. 6 months of the year.
That was great. When I first moved here from Chicago, right? And my neighbors came walking over, right? So I started taking stuff out of the trunk, and they look and they, it was an ice scraper, and they're like, "What do you do with that?" I go, "Scrape the windows." He goes, "What, for bugs?" And I was like, "No, for ice." And he goes, "You scrape the ice off the windows?" I mean, it was such a culture shock to him. He's like, I'm like, "Haven't you ever been to Flagstaff?" And he's like, "Yeah, but we go up there, our car's warm. You ski for a little while, you come back, it's cold, and you just." It's more of a powder. It's not that slushy minus 30. It's powder. So I guess I could imagine. And there was a flip side to that. So I go out my first Saturday at the house, and I go out and I see this guy raking rocks. So I'm like drinking the coffee, looking for anyone to talk to because I'm trying to meet neighbors, right? So my wife comes out and I go, "Look, I think we have a special person across the street. He's raking rocks."
Yeah.
And then I was just, we're sitting there watching him like he's raking the rocks, right? So then as I, got into it, I started meeting the neighbors and I started telling them the story, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're doing that for valley fever." And I said, "Wait, what?" And he says, "Yeah, when the dead animals die of dehydration, the winds come through and the cell particles that can get you sick in valley fever land on the rocks. So you got to rake your rocks." So you know what I was doing that next Saturday? Because I didn't want valley. I'm out there raking rocks, and I know the new guy was going, "I think we got a special guy across the street."
Shoot, I thought my landscaper was doing that to make it look nice
level,
and smooth.
Yeah,
it's your grass, I guess.
It's my Zen garden.
Yeah, that's my,
I didn't know that. Wow.
it's there's a couple of things that you learn out here. Like don't get near a cactus. They look good, just don't get next to them. Because you ever see those? What are those ones that?
Choya.
The ones that shoot?
Oh, the
That's
jumping
choya.
needle cactus.
Yeah, and they're like got little hooks.
They are
like
nasty.
clumps of them come out. So there's a hike that I go on near my friend's house, and they have a whole section on the trail that's all cholla. I think it's cholla. Cholla. It is cholla. Cholla. And they jump out, so they come out, sometimes the needles themselves, but if you get too close to it, I don't know if it just senses your body heat. But
it's like a porcupine.
Little clumps. It's like a little pile. And
it's actually
but
electromagnetism.
Stick in your
it's like
skin.
a static electricity kind of just beep,
But it's
pop
not
out
only
and get you.
that; it goes in and hooks.
And hooks, so you have to go.
So
get
you
them
have to
taken out.
you really gotta.
It's
be
like
careful.
the fish hooks with like the triple fish hook.
Yeah.
But it goes in and then you can't get it out, kind of thing.
So they're
Yeah.
Man, those things protect themselves.
Manny,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna have to leave the bar one of these times and go explore. Okay, all right. I know you're.
I have to go hiking.
Yeah, go with Nancy.
let's go.
She's
I
like
run
a-
by them. I don't walk. Yeah, right.
So you're
Well,
too
they're not
fast.
really like a home. Like people don't buy them for their homes.
Yeah,
you got to
don't
go
go that
out
close.
into the desert to
Yeah.
get one of those. Like, have
And
you ever gone
I
up
run by-
93
I gotta
towards
walk.
Vegas?
Of course you do.
Oh yeah.
And you see all
everywhere.
those Joshua trees?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like a Harry Potter at night. When the moon hits it right.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of gives you that.
They're all
when
scraggly and
they're all these.
a lot of them
weird,
are dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But they're still up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a forest fire.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had that many forest fires yet this year. Not yet.
That's not.
So
No.
California's. I
They
think
will
everything's
be-
burnt. So
yeah, they're
coming.
coming.
Well, they wanted to build that railway.
yeah.
So they just
well,
burnt it.
Clear a path, of course. Somebody got that.
Manny smirking.
But you know what?
you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh. Ask
Really?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, I know who that is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean California burns every year.
Yeah.
It does. Even when we were there, we could see the fires.
Mm-hmm.
We took the RV on a trip, and we saw pretty much an entire mountain being burned.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's rough.
My buddies live
Luckily,
in,
we had enough cocktails that we could put out anything around us. Right?
I got a buddy that lives up in Valencia, and that's kind of up by Magic Mountain, and it's hill area, and it's where a lot of the fires happen. And he's filming in his backyard, and the fire's 50 yards from him, and it's kind of and that was like 2 years in a row that happened.
The only guy that got lucky was Braun.
Yeah, man.
This guy's got a really beautiful house in Malibu, and the fire stopped right at his fence.
Oh, wow.
His
No
house is
kidding.
like right on the
Serious?
cliff, kind of. So there's PCH and then the ocean, and he's just on the other side of PCH.
Oh my gosh, so didn't even
It
touch
came,
this.
within feet of his backyard.
Horrifying. Did they evacuate? and stuff?
Oh yeah, they
Obviously,
did.
it's like
He
that
said he
close.
did.
Yeah,
Went to a hotel downtown LA or something like that,
Wouldn't
but
mess around.
yeah,
Yeah. That's
I would
crazy.
just leave the sprinklers on.
yeah.
Just
Right?
angle them at.
I just with all our technology, I don't understand how we don't have a way of like putting it out right away. How do we not get there and have this response and stop it from getting to the point that it gets, like Paradise, California? I mean, it's like,
Do you want to know the true reason
well,
why?
I kind of have
Because
heard reasons.
if
but
Jack could cue up video number 1, I'm going to show you why we can't get fires or good help. Jack, roll that clip.
You were taking us here the whole time.
There it is.
Scary. That haircut. My goodness. I love that.
But
That's awesome.
Isn't that the bomb?
So what do you think? Idiot 1. And there you go. There's your service
So
manager.
you're saying we have people like this in the world?
Well, these are the guys putting out the fire.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Now wait.
That is hilarious.
Now,
Well, she's going to step down into that, I bet you, right?
no, it's even better. Yeah, let's get up there. Put your hand there. Oh, he fell into it. I think that got cut in. He just fell. He did a swan. This is my favorite. This is a union. I think he's union. Or I'm
Not
gonna go.
anymore.
I'm gonna go. He's a non-union.
He's not you.
Definitely non-union. But watch this. Now. Look at it. Look at him. Oh, wow.
Eyebrows are smoldering.
Yeah. There's some curly hair somewhere.
Yeah.
That guy's starting the fires.
See, that's what I'm
guy's
talking
sure,
about.
yeah.
And then we got to ask him to put it out.
Yeah. But don't you think like we would have something that would be like really effective, a plan at least, like everybody has some sort of barrier around their house so that they don't have like it just seems we should be there.
We actually were talking with a guy. Do you remember when he came in to talk to us? They had these kind of little rolls, and you just throw them into the fire. He had the Sunfire, Sunfire? Was it Sunfire Systems?
I don't remember the name of it.
He had the blankets that they cover, the little tents for the fire workers, right? Mm-hmm. But he had this really amazing thing where it looked like a little bundle. It was all tightly round, and you would throw it literally into the fire. It would get hot, explode, and just like exploding a fire extinguisher, all the chemicals would go out. But he could say, if they did an airdrop, like you know how the planes swoop in to actually dump the red stuff that paints everybody's house. Yeah. He said you just drop those and they'll explode and keep exploding and explode until they put the fire out.
Wow.
And he was trying to get that out, and then we were all interested in it, but that conversation didn't go far. Because there were some people that were involved, and they're like not known for not totally following through to the end result. And I think that guy had a great product, something I would love to see get out there, especially with all these fires like that.
Oh, so that's not something they have.
No, it's a real company. It was just the people that were presenting it.
They were looking for funding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just didn't go anywhere, but he really did have a great product.
Yeah.
So fires are...
I mean, that would be
I
helpful.
imagine it's probably pretty pricey when you get to, when you're trying to fight
look at
45 square miles of a fire. Or,
What's the difference in all the billions of dollars in insurance, and it costs you $1 million for one dose? I would say it's
Worth it.
obvious.
That's
Even the
totally
insurance would probably pay for it.
yeah.
I mean, there's
You put it out.
lives, there's...
Yeah, the
I mean,
lives
if you
alone.
care about the
Losing
animals more than you care
everything,
about
the
people, which some
animals,
people are like that, then you're saving animals, you're saving trees, you're saving... It's like, come on, I know that there's, a process where people believe that you need the fire to then, restart everything, but let that happen where in unpopulated areas. But I'm just saying, like, I don't how does something like that not get funding?
I don't know. It should be a top of
gosh.
priority.
It
We're worried
should.
about
And
certain
And it worked.
things.
He actually showed it worked.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's videos of it.
That's so cool.
He was looking to expand into multiple countries, get it a part of like Red Cross and fire units and fire departments to have it. I mean, when they're walking into a burning building, they're wearing the mask, they got their helmet on, they got their axe. It would be nice to just throw one in, because you can imagine. I mean, how many times we've seen movies where they show the fire and the guy's trying to get to them and they're trying to do everything. It would be nice just to throw that little whatever it is firebomb into it, and it explodes and clears out
Got
a whole
yourself a
section,
little
little
I
tunnel to
think
rescue the people.
Yeah.
I mean, the
That's
world
pretty
is getting
brilliant.
crazy,
Yeah.
and
It
they're
is.
worried about spending money on like what was it, like goat semen? Like
What?
I don't know. It's in like some of these tax what do you call it? The relief.
Yeah.
The
relief
testing.
bills where they're
How
giving-
fast can a hamster run for $2.2 million? So it's
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
to me that's insane money
Yeah.
spent.
Yeah.
Because the guy is just going, well, we got 2 million. He looks like he goes about 4
Yeah.
inches an hour.
What is it, like a transgender a study in Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
That needs $250 million to send that to them.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
get some, let's get
$250
some
million.
fire retardant bombs instead
Yeah.
of that, guys, please.
I would rather see $250 million go to that, because I think
Yeah.
all of California and pretty much all of
Arizona,
Arizona would have been
yeah.
saved.
I think so.
I don't know.
Sorry,
That's all right.
tapping on the
Tapping
table.
on the table.
Tap, tap,
2-drink
taparoo.
penalty right there.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, man.
I'll keep tapping.
That's
Well-
2 tequilas, pot of tea.
Is that coming from you? I'm not paying for it.
Well, I guess I'll pay for it.
Okay.
Because
It all comes out in the
well,
wash.
we got it. We do have a very special episode today, because Manny has been signed to go play baseball again. Hey, he's going to be pitching out there on the mound. Why don't you? Since this is kind of your last visit with us for a while, why don't you talk about what you're doing, where you're going?
Well, let me start this way. Obviously, we've been working on game faces, and that's a huge passion of mine. In the meantime, there's been this desire inside that's, I see baseball on TV, and it's still killing me because I never had my final season. last year I was supposed to play my final season. Kind of going in and knowing it's your final season kind of means something. You know, you just take. I think I'm going to take it in and appreciate things more than I ever have before. And so that was taken away, and it was burning inside, and the opportunity to continue to play was there. So Mexico, they've been in touch with me and been, when are you going to come down? When you do this? And then I'm like, I'm not going to. And then finally, I'm just like, no, I need to go do this, and it's really what I'm feeling inside. I want to go do. So I'm going to go to Guadalajara and play for a new team down there. They're the Mariachis, and their big thing right now is their first baseman's Adrian Gonzalez, who played in the major leagues for a long time. I mean, the guy's hit plenty of home runs off of me, so I can't wait to pick his brain on or just tell him how many times he ruined my day. You know, like, dude, like,
did he get you a bunch?
Oh
Was
my
he a
God.
lefty that
I
got
know
you?
for sure. I can remember a couple times.
Is
on
he a lefty
curveballs.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Which makes it
That's
even
so
worse
cool.
because I'm supposed to
Oh
get
my
those guys
God.
out. But yeah, just taking my curveball the other way in Milwaukee, hitting it to the bullpen.
He was a
couple
good
times.
off-speed hitter.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't until the very end I figured out I'm supposed to go fastballs in.
You know, let me ask you a question. Like, you're on the mound, right? You're in the U.S. You can hear the hecklers. When you're in Spanish, are they heckling? Or do you just
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
are you
just
just
don't hear
waving to the heckler like, thank you?
No,
Because you don't know what he's saying?
You start to pick up those words that you recognize.
Oh, okay.
Those few Spanish words. that you
swears?
there's
recognize.
one that
Yeah.
is used an amazing amount of the time, and supposedly it's an awful word, and I'm not going to use it here, but
What would it
Come on, we
represent?
wanna know.
a male
Like
organ.
an MF?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
A male what?
The D.
Male organ.
Oh.
But they use it in like the way that we use
But
the
do
F
they,
word.
when they're yelling it at you,
So
are they
most-
calling it small something?
Wow.
Hey, little guy.
Oh my
No, the
God.
thing is they use it like the F word.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they use it for everything. It's unbelievable how often you hear it. And then there's a couple ladies that had said that, you know, for a woman to hear that, it's awful. Like, it's like the worst word you can use.
Wow.
So what's the worst word we can use in the English language? What do you think?
The C word?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yep.
I almost felt like
C
it
word.
was to
The
them.
equivalent to that,
Yeah, the
okay.
equivalent of that.
It's funny. I
Yeah.
feel like that word is like one of the most used words in
C
the
word?
in the English language in Australia.
Australia.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Oh my gosh, they use
I
it
don't
all
ever
the
really
time.
hear it here anymore.
And
Yeah.
and it's bloody. So it's
Oh,
like
God. Yeah,
that's what they
bloody.
say, bloody.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Bloody
God, what else do you
prostitute.
think
Yeah.
I meant?
Oh my gosh.
So do they heckle you as much as U.S. or more or less?
Dude, honestly, I guess I didn't
didn't real-
recognize. I didn't realize.
You don't hear that shit on the mound, do you?
No, when you're going really bad, you are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I heard it in 2009. That's for dang
Oops.
sure.
Or when there's not many fans in the stadium, but
That's
there's
true.
one guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one game.
Kind of like Major League's the movie when the
Yes.
the
Yeah,
Indians
yeah.
are sitting
Yeah,
out there
exactly.
and Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Wild side, you make my head sing.
Yeah, you would not hear him if there was 50,000 fans. You wouldn't hear that one guy.
One game in Sacramento, AAA. I was pitching, and it was a rain delay.
Sacktown?
Mannytown. And so we, like, by the time we got to play the game, it was 3 hours later, and everybody had left, and it was later at night. Well, not everybody had left. There was like 7 people in the stands still.
Yeah.
And one of them okay, so I had just got brought up, and I'm 6'8". They don't carry pants my size generally.
Yeah, in Mexico?
So the guy's like,
You were
here,
in shorts.
here, yeah. Here, have Stubby
This is in
McGee's
the US
pants,
though.
you know, when I got there. And so I had to roll my pants up. Well, these pants were like extra. I mean, they were like spandex.
Oh, yeah?
And so I'm
wow.
out there, and I got kind of long legs. And this one guy, he's just, the whole time, number 38's got dancer legs. and everybody
Oh
can
my
hear him, you
God.
know. And I'm like, man,
You're
I
looking.
kind of
felt
do
so
have dancer
proud of
legs.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
Oh my gosh.
Did I tell you the story of when I was on the playing hockey and the reporters? So we were doing this like benefit game, right? So we had like Stan Mikita, I mean like legendary players, and the lights are going on, everything's spinning, you know what I'm talking about, the lights that go around, ladies and gentlemen. So there I am, I'm all pumped up, right? I got my helmet, I'm ready to go, and they call your name. A goalie always goes first, right? So the goalie jumps out and, he skates along the blue line because, there's 2 doors that they let you out. So, the other team had already gone. So I was about the 3rd or 4th guy, right? So all of a sudden, the guy in front of me goes, so I'm like, okay, here we go. And I'm waiting for my name because you have there's always the reporter like, go. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that's telling me now to go, even though I can hear my name over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
So I go out there and we always do like this kind of hop thing. You gotta, because there's like a little lip, right? Yeah. So you have to hop over that. So I hop over and I go, whoa! I flatlined. I hit my face on the ice. I got a bloody nose. I forgot to take my skate guards off.
Oh my
Just
God!
plastic in the ice.
But the NBC cameraman goes like this. He's like this. I'm bleeding. Oh, again, sorry about that, guys. I'm bleeding. I'm gushing blood out of my nose, and I'm like.
Dude,
he's all right.
The camera's in. He's all right, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's rolling, and you can just see my parents are like, "Oh my God,
that's our son.
That's it. This guy couldn't even remember his skate guards."
Well, now you have nothing else to ever worry about because it's
all uphill from there.
Yeah.
You've seen the one where the lady goes out to sing the national anthem on the ice,
yeah,
and then she slips, and then she starts to go back and then tries to come back out again and slips again, and then she's like, screw it, I'm done. I'm not even doing it. Yeah.
That's happened a number of times where the person singing the national anthem goes out there and
that's why they started putting the carpets.
Yeah,
because people were starting to wipe out.
Oh my God.
I mean, you would have been toast no matter what because you forgot to take your guards off.
But it was really just it was more so that the cameraman did not care, went right on the ice to grab my face, and the only thing that I could think of, like in those moments. You're bleeding. I got a fat lip now. I think I don't even know if I lost my tooth, but I'm like, and it's on every monitor. That jumbotron screen that's in the middle.
For them, they're going, yes,
yeah.
This is what. Get in there.
So that was pretty much one of the most embarrassing hockey moments. But going back to our hecklers, if you remember in hockey, they only recently, in maybe the last 8-10 years, started putting up nets. If we could pick out a heckler, we would take a slap shot and let it ride right off. And you'd see the guy, puck coming. I was sitting at a Hawks game just recently where they were, because before the game, they have the nets down. Then they go up as they're starting to come on the ice. Well, I guess those kind of workers that I showed the pictures of didn't get the net up in time. Oh, no. So the guy takes, because you warm up the goalies, right? So he takes a slap shot and he goes with his stick, which creates a ramp. This thing projects and we all see it coming and we're like, we duck and there's this little lady that's knitting, man.
Oh. She's knitting.
She's out cold. I mean, and we're like, oh, and within seconds, she has this freaking melon on the forehead. I mean, it was like
terrible.
You wanted to just pop it to give her some relief. She had a welt, and of course they took her away, and we had an extra seat.
As long as she's okay, that's fine. But that stuff is scary.
Yeah, that puck hurts.
We've seen some bad stuff playing baseball. The kid, bringing the kids to the ball game, you sit them right behind the dugout. I mean, in Crossfire Alley, basically, and you better bring your glove. If you're gonna come sit that close, bring your glove.
For me, it's like, put the darn nets all the way down the line.
Yeah.
Put them all the way down.
I think most clubs have now in the big leagues.
I don't know how far down they're going, but they definitely extended them.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like there should be a requirement, like, how on a plane they say, okay, you're sitting in the exit row, this is what your responsibility is. I don't think anybody under a certain age should be able to sit in those seats in the front if you're not going to have the net there. Like, say you're past the third base line and they stop it at the third base. At third base, they stop it. Beyond that, it should only be adults and people who are accepting, hey, look, you pay attention to the game. Because people die. And as a fan, as a player, I don't want to keep playing. When I see somebody get hit, like, I have to ignore it in a way. And I'll never forget it. We were in Colorado Springs, and down the line, I just hear smoke, line drive. And I just hear this kid who I found out was like 4 years old screaming at the top of their lungs because they got hit in the face with a ball. And in Sacramento, somebody got hit with a ball. They were sitting up in a suite. A foul ball where it's not even coming that fast.
Yeah.
Hits her in the head. She was in the hospital for a week.
Oh, my God.
And I'm just like, man, like, fans, they want to sit there and talk about the experience of catching the foul ball. That's fine. You can talk about that all you want. But I think it's
Scary.
you got to protect.
All right, let's
Dude,
go to
I
you.
saw-
You guys are both pitchers.
Yeah.
When that guy hits a line drive right at you, have you ever been hurt like that?
Yeah.
5 times in 1 year.
Really?
Swear to God.
Where did it hit you?
I might have been hit 6 times in my career. 5 of them came in 1 year.
Oh my God.
Once in the ankle, once in the shin, once in the right butt cheek, once in the left forearm, and then finally in the head by Vladimir Guerrero.
You got hit in the head.
98 mile an hour line
Oh
drive.
my God.
My whole family, all my friends were at that game. It was my first start in Anaheim.
Oh my
Did you
Here's
come out?
Cameron.
I'm winning.
Yep, Andy's
I was winning 2-1. It was my ninth consecutive out. Vladdy Guerrero, because
You were going to throw a
it went-
perfect game.
I was. No, I had already given up a run. I was winning 2-1, but hit me in the right cheek, and Michael Young at shortstop caught it for an out. And
Dude, I
So
never
you were in
knew
the
that.
deflection.
yeah, so I did, like, it gave me a little bruise. I was fine. I got really lucky. Honestly,
like
they said it was
glance?
98. It was kind of like a 45-degree angle. It was like
that
my
why your
face
head's
was like
crooked?
that. Yeah. That's why I can't only talk out of one side of my mouth now.
Move your jaw.
But yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's the scariest thing.
Where'd you
in my
get hit?
opinion.
hell.
Oh, I've been hit all over the place. I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk about it really.
Okay.
Honest, like as far as what I've been hit down here and stuff, and so it's one of my. I try not.
Did you ever
to
get a
think about
squat
it.
punch?
What's that?
You get hit in the cup?
Oh, squat
No.
punch.
No.
No?
I mean, I've been hit as a hitter. I've been hit, in the helmet, all that type of stuff. But it's like one of those things where, it's just. First of all the ones that fly by you that you don't get hit by,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing because it's like
Should've
that
caught
hitter.
that.
It's almost like a personal thing. Like that dude just,
Yeah.
I threw an awful pitch and he smoked it, and then you get banged off, in the butt or something. But it's part of it. It's just a very scary part of it. And like with my son, he just started playing baseball, and I've actually thought about that. I'm like, man. Even he's playing coach pitch, and he's standing. They have 2 kids out at the mound, and it's like 35 feet away, 40 feet. They're not even all the way to the mound. And there are the 8-year-olds in that league who were hitting the ball hard up the middle, and a couple kids got hit. And I'm just thinking,
Yikes.
man, even at this age, it's very scary. So
Baseball's not a contact sport, but when it does become a contact sport, it's usually kind of bad.
yeah, it's awful. And you would think hockey. Luckily, they have the glass on the side, but we did have a friend who got hit in the head with a hockey puck too. Good
yeah.
thing is he's a Neanderthal with
Dude,
probably a
that
skull
was
about this
crazy.
thick. So
That was
He
crazy.
was okay.
You were with him?
Yeah, it was. The odds of this happening are astronomical. Well, first of all, it was his first NHL game ever,
Oh my God.
and
his last.
Yeah, we had suites and a number of seats up in the suites, and then we had 2 seats right down on the ice on
the glass.
on the glass, first row, right on the corner, right where like you would think a hockey puck could never go. Because it had to come through. It
Yeah.
threaded a needle, and so
Well, first of all, it had to be horizontal because a puck is horizontal. It had to be
Kind of
vertical.
like must be
The main
curving.
thing
Yeah.
to come through the glass, because that glass is it's a 1 inch.
and the glass is 6 feet above,
Yeah.
10 feet above our heads almost, and we're right on it, and it found its way to him. So we're right on the ice. We're kind of down by the net, and puck comes down here, and then it goes all the way down there. So then it's kind of hard to watch the way as we're kind of checking our phones, whatever. And next thing I'm checking my phone, next thing I hear is "Oh!" from the whole stand. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And I look over here, and this guy's like, "Oh!" my buddy. And I look over here to my right, and this guy's like, "Yeah!" He's
got the puck.
He's got the puck.
Dang.
Because it hit my buddy's head, went right over me and right into this guy's lap.
Oh my God.
And so everybody's cheering. My buddy's like this, and this guy's like this. I was like, "Hey, man, you want to give that to him?" And the guy's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Look at his face." He had lumped up. He had this
Oh,
big,
yeah.
it was a
He had a
perfect
Fred
circle about that
Flintstone.
big.
So
But this
bad.
guy's like 6'7", 300 pounds. He's just big
big
guy.
guy.
And
Skull's
so
probably this thick.
they, guys come down, the medics come down to see if he's all right, and they're like, you kind of need to go get checked out.
Yeah.
That's definitely a
I walked
concussion.
back up with him, and everybody's like, yeah. They stopped and take a couple pictures with the cheerleaders. And
Didn't they put him up on the
hilarious.
screen in the middle, like
Yeah.
the jumbotron? Because we were all there together doing some sort of. Were we there for baseball or what were we there for?
It was
Just with some friends?
Just friends, yeah.
Just some friends, and well, we had a suite up there, and I think he went down for some reason. I don't know why he went down there. You guys went down there, but we're sitting up there, and I remember looking up and going, "Oh my God!" We called him Hammer, and we're like, "Oh my God, Hammer got hit in the head." He's up there, and he's just got a big smile on his face. But that's scary, man. I mean,
that is horrible.
How drunk was he?
he definitely had some drinks in him. I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Probably
sure he
helped,
had
right?
some drinks.
Oh my God!
Can we show that to the little
Oh my
camera
God!
up
Yeah,
there?
put it up on the camera.
Oh my God,
Show-
he's smiling. He's showing me a whole bunch of
Pull it
camera.
up. Push it here. Give it to me. Here, we'll put it to Manny. So we'll show you right here. Here we go.
There's Hammer.
There's the hammer.
Oh, you can't see his. Well, there you can kind of see the
Yeah,
knot.
I
Yeah,
can
see
you
the
can see it.
lump.
Dang.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Cro-Magnon.
Poor guy.
There you go.
There it was. You can see it for a
You
split
can see
second.
it.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
we got it. I have to put another camera there for the show up. That was a great picture though,
Yeah.
because that just brings truth to the story.
He had people buying him beers the
Oh,
rest
I
of
would
the game,
imagine.
and,
He
yeah.
probably got love from
He was
everybody.
famous for
Celebrity
the
in
night.
that game.
Just to be able to
Celebrity.
walk away like that. Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, though I'll never forget, like looking over here, looking over here, yeah.
Two sides of it.
Hey, give that to him.
What'd the guy say? Did he
Yeah.
just
Did he
hear,
give it
oh,
to
you're
him?
here?
Well, you
Yeah.
didn't give him
as
the
soon as
puck,
he
right?
saw it, I was like, hey, you want to give that to my friend? He was like, why? Like, I think he did one of these. And I was like, well, look at his face. And as soon as he saw the face, he was like, oh.
Here you go.
Oh my
Awesome.
God.
Yeah.
And he's big.
So many people that get hurt in
Dude,
these
it was in the
stands.
first 4 minutes of his first NHL
Oh my
game.
gosh.
Did he stay for the whole game, or did they take him away?
No, I think we stayed. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he
stayed.
stayed.
He
What a
put some ice
trooper.
on it, and I think we went up to the box and
Yeah,
let
drinks.
somebody else take
Yeah.
those 2 seats.
He was done there.
Yeah.
Watching hockey games, when everybody thinks like sitting on the glass is the best, it's actually one of the worst. Because when it's this way, everyone's trying to look, and the glass has that kind of like weird imaging, and you can't see straight. It's only great when like you sit in the corners, because you get a lot of checking. Defensemen are always trying to push these guys into the corner, and you see everybody banging on the
Yeah.
glass. But that's it. Like once they're on the other side, it's like he said.
best is
You're
like
looking at your
15
phone.
rows
You're like,
back.
all right, let me know when they come back, huh?
Best is like 15 rows back, so you're actually
The first
kinda
row
seeing
mezzanine.
just over the ice and kind of center ice.
Anywhere along the mezzanine, you could see the whole game.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Everybody likes to be close, and I never
Same
understood
thing with
that.
going to a UFC fight.
Yeah.
If you're, it's cool if you're super close. You can almost feel the hits. When they kick,
Yeah.
they throw a leg kick and it gets lots of meat right there. Just whack.
But then
You
when
can
they get a
feel it.
good jaw hit, you get
Yeah.
this spit spray.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
just sitting there. Look at
God.
Nancy. It's like sitting at a Gallagher comedy show.
Yeah, right.
Right? The
all
sledgehammer.
loaded
I think hockey is one of the most exciting games to go watch in person.
yeah.
It is fun.
I don't like
it.
watch. I'm a huge football fan. I play fantasy football. Always been a big football fan. I do not like going to football games. There's just certain games, and I think that with baseball, they make it an amusement park, pretty much. I wonder if a lot of people who aren't checked into the whole strategy of the game look at it as the same way I would a football. But like, I go to a football game and I would rather watch it on TV because I'm closer. Football, I feel so far away.
Yeah.
Hockey, I'm close enough to see how fast it is, and it gives you the appreciation of their talent. I mean, to be able to skate backward and have the hand-eye coordination to control a puck while you're also going to get checked probably at some point. It's just a very impressive game.
Well,
Baseball is a much better game to watch in person.
Yeah,
I think so,
definitely.
too.
It's hard to watch
but
on
they make it
television.
an amusement
Yeah.
park.
Because
It
like
is
there's
hard. Well, you can't
but
show
the
the whole
announcers
team.
like watching or listening to a golf announcer, and he's going to putt.
The older I've gotten, the more I
Putt.
like golf.
Huh?
Do you?
I actually, the older I've gotten, the more I like watching golf on TV. It's almost like everything's so
Soothing.
crazy around
It's
you.
because
and
you
it's like
watch the first tee off, you fall asleep, and then you come back on the 18th.
It can be
it
a
is
good
the
nap,
best
yeah.
sport to take a nap.
Take a
too.
nap,
You're right about
Sure
that.
it is.
You're right.
I mean, I
about
like
that.
going to the PGA here. I always have fun
Yeah.
when
Well,
we're
that's a
here
blast,
because
yeah.
nobody has the 16th hole like we do.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
It
It's
is if
infamous.
you have not seen it. Have you ever, you've been there, right?
I've been there, yeah.
Have you?
No.
Okay, so normally they hold up these signs and it says quiet, and everybody's supposed to quiet, and he tees off. Here, it says roar.
Oh my God.
And the 16th hole is notorious. Well, I don't know, they stopped doing it, but they used to have whoever's caddy. So they all three would tee off, or four, and the caddies would have to race from the tee to the green. They were jumping over cactuses. They were wiping
it's
out.
hilarious.
It is so
That's
funny.
half the fun.
And then if the two are and they have to hold the bags and all the clubs and everything, then they would run. But you have to touch the green. So you would see like the two guys are running next to each other, and then they would just dive. You know what I'm
Never
saying?
seen that.
And then
That's funny.
And the
everybody
clubs go flying. And
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then you get cheering. So that's how you know who to cheer for.
Okay.
So, like, when your guy wins or, everybody's cheering, well, I should say the caddy that won, you cheer for that guy. And they're throwing beach balls. And when the guy,
And everybody's putting wagers
Oh,
on,
yeah.
on the caddies and stuff.
That'd be
It's-
fun.
It's hilarious.
I you know what? If I didn't know we were going to talk about it, there are so many clips, hilarious clips, that we could probably put up. Maybe I'll start searching for one of them and we'll put it on while we're talking. But it is truly something to go to, and it's the only place, I think, right now in the world that you can go to a game where there's beach balls popping all over the
I
place.
bet you would
Yeah.
love it, Nancy. It's
know, I think that'd
it's
be
like
so
a
much
huge
fun.
event.
Okay.
And the only thing is, you got to try to get in with a company, a corporate
Okay.
box or something, because otherwise you're gonna be mixed in with all the college drunks. This is not your typical golf
No,
event.
Okay.
This is riff-raff.
This is like
Riff-raff.
this is
But it's
How
a lot of fun.
though. That
it's a
would be
lot
so
of
much
fun.
Pull your mic closer to you. You're
Oh.
like, just pull it.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is. We
Sorry.
want to hear you.
But yeah,
I'm
you
here, I'm
like
here.
ladies love to get dressed up to the nines.
Oh,
and
you know
it's-
I would love to dress
Oh,
up
it
and
looks
go
like
do that.
No, it's
it's like a half ball, half backyard barbecue, and then a golf game,
How
broke
cool.
out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And-
I would totally do that.
everybody's hammered.
Yeah.
There is nobody sober there.
I wouldn't be hammered.
They are
but-
just drunk, falling all over. They're painting
The
their
college kids
faces.
for sure.
Yeah.
The college kids for sure.
Oh, they're
But you got to
They're
get
out of
there at
control.
like 8 in the morning just to get a seat.
Sound like such an old man.
Who, me?
No, Manny.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
those college kids, they're out of control.
I mean, like 25 years old, I was looking at these guys going, you guys are, I don't want to be around you. Yeah, they're sloppy drunk, probably
Oh,
throwing up
okay.
all over the place, but it's a mess. Yeah. So it's fun
fun, but
because it's a completely different
Yeah.
environment than I'm sure you go to the Masters. It's like, everyone's very,
it's all
Pristine.
prim and proper and
They're
stuff.
all wearing their little bow ties.
it's like tennis. Shh.
I didn't realize what a rough neighborhood is right around Augusta.
I never been there.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it's like going to Maryville. It's like if the nicest course
What?
in the world is right in the middle of Maryville.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I figured it would kind of
or
be
Compton,
million-dollar homes all the way around it.
Right.
No, yeah, it's pretty rough neighborhood.
I did not know that.
Kind
Augusta.
of weird, right?
Augusta even
State
sounds
Georgia.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
So what do they got, like federal police lining the streets? to
Oh,
let
I'm
them
sure
in?
I'm sure they have lots of protection when they're there.
Have you been to Augusta?
No, I've seen pictures and I've got
Okay.
buddies that have been.
Wow.
Have you been to a...
Why are you laughing
You
at me?
do know that you can know about something without
Yeah.
being there.
No,
It's just,
Well, I thought there was going to be like a story
Let me look at
brewing.
this up
Like,
now.
okay, so we were going through this. I took a wrong turn, like the Griswolds. My
I
hubcaps
Google
are
Earthed it.
gone.
I flew through the neighborhood. I did all the streets. I looked around. You can do that. You're right.
So, Jack, let's play the. Let's start the next dialogue of workers because that ended up like my bobblehead.
It's the pumpkin pie haircut.
reminds
for
me of Mad TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what
it does.
It's awesome.
So awesome.
You gotta love this talent. Oh, that's my dad.
God.
How much liquor? I should not have that bottle of Jack.
Idiot too.
Don't do it.
Oh,
It's in the twig and berries. Twig and berries.
That is brutal. He just rated his nuts, man.
No.
oh yes.
Oh, no way.
Boom! He hit the ball.
That's some force.
That is so funny.
I love
God.
this.
Oh, no.
Look at that.
Oh,
Just Just get everybody
Just got
involved.
done.
Just get everybody involved. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God.
God.
Oh, I just want to make them short because it went on. They were just falling all over. So they just got done paving it, and next thing you know, they're all running through it trying to get away because that thing's like Pong. It's going
Oh
back and
my
forth
God.
chasing.
Well,
them.
the best thing to ever happen to a camera was these stupid people, and thank God
Yeah.
they got
I know.
it running
Right?
every time.
Dude,
It's
there's
amazing.
so much caught now.
Oh my
Like I think
God.
people just walk around with it filming, and then they go,
Yeah.
"Okay, nothing happened on the street. Delete."
Yeah.
Just walk back. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's cameras everywhere. I was thinking that
Yeah.
when I was watching the guy driving his bike up into the back of his truck. I'm like, why were they videoing this?
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it
why
makes
I
you
said
wonder if
that
it's
to
a
you
setup
earlier. Like,
sometimes.
yeah, that's what I said to you earlier. I'm like, some of these must be a setup because why are they videoing,
Yeah.
not knowing that something's gonna happen?
You know, a lot of times you get caught. Like everyone has cameras surrounded around their house, and now you kind of you see things that way.
Yeah.
But why would you?
Oh,
be
those are the
cameraing
best.
that?
The workforce when when the security camera catches them, like I know everybody's seen some kind of forklift. He goes and he starts to back out and he's got a load on there and then it starts to like fall forward and he smashes everything. Then it smashes that
like,
row and then the
oops.
rows start going.
Uh-huh.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
That's very very hard to kind of get out of. Like
Hide.
I don't know what happened, boss.
God.
It's all right
That's
there.
too
You
funny.
didn't
So
do the job.
Tough. But thank God the camera was rolling.
Cameras are rolling everywhere. Did you see, like, I mean, now even in Israel, I mean, people are on their balconies. I mean, like, that's like the best journalism
Yeah.
because that guy isn't doing anything. He's just holding his phone and we're getting it.
really
We don't
is
get
the
these
best.
fake reporters. Well, I'm just, as you can see behind me, and they're having explosions, and the guy's like hitting a box because he doesn't want to get
Yeah.
that close.
I will say one of the most incredible reports I've seen was just the other day. They were in Israel and they have that the dome.
The dome,
What is
yeah.
it called? The dome.
Golden.
And he's sitting there reporting. He's talking about it, about everything that's going on. And you all of a sudden he goes, "Wait!" And the siren starts going off, and you just start seeing these missiles being intercepted in the air. And I'm like, "This is amazing!" Like that technology is incredible because those other missiles are flying.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's incredible to me. And they caught it on
All the
air.
hell missiles are getting taken
Iron
out
Dome?
by the
Yeah, have you seen
by
it?
the Tomahawks.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
yeah. Whatever was taking them down, it was incredible because it just started exploding all in the
Yeah.
air.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, think about all the people that just saved.
Well,
Yeah.
think about all the parts that are now coming down. I mean, it's got to be
know.
like, you're
All the
hitting a
debris
bomb.
and
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't imagine they're like a bottle rocket.
Right.
Right.
These things are huge.
Huge.
Yeah, that's the best of two. The greater of two evils. There. I mean,
Yeah.
But didn't they just sign I think you posted that
Ceasefire.
picture with all of them signing a peace deal.
Yeah.
And it said this was only 240 days ago.
Yeah.
Right? Did you
Yeah.
post it or
I
you,
did.
you shared it?
And what was
Yeah.
it?
It was a peace treaty. It was the Middle East peace treaty that
Okay.
that Trump had put together between Netanyahu and I think it was between the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
And then they're fighting again.
And the big thing was he had cut off funding to Hamas basically, and Biden started it up.
Yeah.
Funny how when you get some funding and you're a terrorist organization, now you can have rockets.
COVID's over.
Yep. Let's start with something new.
Now we got a paycheck. We got our PPE from the government. Let's start a war. I'm kind of tired of war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it nice for about 3 years we didn't have any?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's great.
4
People
years
were
almost.
traveling.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
there was
what-
stuff happening in was it Ukraine and all that over there.
But we weren't in it.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Are we involved in this one? I mean,
Ukraine.
we have our hands in everything.
No, they sent.
No, the
troops.
one now, the one with
In
Israel
Israel?
and Palestine.
I don't know.
I mean, that's not.
But
us,
I think
necessarily.
you know what? Out of that
we have
whole
something to do
Iron
with
Dome,
the funding though.
I think they're just not targeting the U.S. embassy. Like all those bombs are going well around it, not hitting. Because once it hits another embassy, it's gonna be. We're gonna have to get involved.
I just don't know how somebody lives there.
I know.
Anybody wants to live there with a family and your kids, and you're seeing these
No.
the videos of the kids crying and all these innocent civilians being killed. I just don't know why anybody would want to live there. It sounds like hell on earth.
Pretty
Isn't it
much.
supposed to be this huge
Supposed to be
spiritual
the-
place?
Yeah,
and-
the
and
holiest place on earth.
Yeah.
Just
a
goes
lot
to
of
show,
people.
man.
Yeah.
It's true. Horrifying.
It's it definitely makes you feel,
But they're bringing
a
it
lot
back
of
here.
appreciation for what we have here.
You know, Waka actually sent me this clip. Where did you see what was happening in New York now?
No. Oh, no.
Oh, he sent me a whole series of videos. He's avidly
Well, I
watching
do
his
know what
phone,
you're talking about.
but he took the time to send me these series of videos of what's happening in New York. So these Palestinians are driving down, calling that Malak Akbar or whatever it is, and it was kind of in a Jewish area of New York
did
in
see
a
that on-
downtown,
yeah, I did
and they
see
were
that.
throwing like bombs out the window
And
or
then flags like coming out of their trucks, right?
Yeah.
And yep, I did see
Did you
that.
see it?
bombs in New York?
well, they were like
grenades,
no, I think they were more like
M80s.
M200s
Okay,
because they were boom.
half
and
a
it-
stick of dynamite, basically.
Yeah, but you know what I found really interesting is, you know, they get out of their cars, everybody runs at each other, and they're like pushing each other, and the police come up and go, just go, like nobody gets arrested. Like first of all, if these guys started fighting, you could drop that escalation, but I think police they've been put to the test.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
they're like almost afraid to do something, you know, for fear of losing their job or their pension. So they're just like, you go, and then all they did was go about 20 feet because it's New York and they're not going very far. Even when you say get out of here and they get in their car, they go about 2 cars up and stop because the light is still red. And therefore, they got out and did it again. That's why there's a whole series of videos. Then they get out of the car. Then you see the cops like running down to them now.
Because criminals are not treated like criminals anymore in some of these states.
No,
man.
cut
It's
off their
just-
hand.
It's ridiculous.
Won't have that
Seriously.
Ridiculous. They don't spend any time in jail. You know, they get to just come right back. Or if they get picked up, they just get released immediately, and they can go do it again. They can do it as many times as they want. There's no consequence for minor stuff like that.
I want to take a whole bunch of people in the RV and go down to the border and then just do like a live podcast, you know, kind of like what we were going to do at Area 51 when they were doing that. I was like, all right, we got 10 coming over the fence at the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
We have a 25
Announce it.
at the 30, you know.
Do
That
like
would be kind of, and just broadcast it live. I bet you we'd get national coverage,
Seriously.
you know?
We should
Because
do
I could
that.
go
That
infrared on these. We could be like, we'll just watch the monitor and see it. But people don't really realize that the amount of people that are coming over, how much garbage that they're leaving.
Oh my god.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the pictures?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
sickening.
It's
I mean,
terrible.
it is miles
Loaded
of
with garbage.
plastic bottles because they come in with a stick and they have like 6 or 8 milk jugs and they hold their food. And then as you know, they drink the water, they just drop it.
Yeah.
But if you could kind of like report, I haven't even seen Kamala go down there yet, and she's in charge of it. I've seen more senators go down.
No, she hasn't been.
She hasn't been there.
No.
Here-
And she's
her
going to
OJ
Mexico this
Joe,
weekend.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think I finally saw an article. I didn't read it though, so I can't say much about it. But I actually saw an article that sounded like it had the story was about how Biden's administration is not
Has
doing
not
well
been.
with the whole situation down there.
Oh, they're definitely
No,
not
Like
doing
they're
well.
definitely not.
there were some miners who they had interviewed and said that the conditions are awful. You know, worse than what I was. The headline made it sound like it was worse than what you were hearing in the previous years.
So
we all know what that
Did
means.
you guys know that at the border wall where they kind of stopped production, they had all this metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got all these scraps, or not scraps, but what they were going to put up. The Biden administration didn't want to clean that up, so what they did was they just had anybody and a lot of illegal immigrants come down and just pick it up and haul it away.
You
So
gotta
they were
be
just-
kidding me.
They were just giving.
Unbelievable.
Well,
So they
I'm not
made their
kidding you at all,
scrap
'cause
yards.
My former employee, a really nice Mexican lady, she's got a bunch of friends that went down there with their pickup trucks and grabbed a whole bunch of U.S. tax dollar metal.
Yeah, put it up.
So now the cartel
Finish it.
has the world's most powerful fence around their house, right?
Yeah,
Wow,
right.
that's
You think about it,
shameful.
somebody does. Because whenever you go down to like Tijuana or whatever, have you seen it? Like they have gates or fences that are pretty high that block right to the street in. Have you seen it?
No.
Really?
I've seen
All
it.
their houses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you've seen it. They have houses. I was showing you pictures. Remember when I was taking
Like
you down?
Pierces?
Oh, on the map.
And you
Oh,
said
yeah,
every
yeah, yeah,
window
yeah.
was barred.
Yes,
every
yes, I do.
so they have a house. They have like a little yard, and then they have a driveway, pretty much like we do here. But the fence was like 12 feet high, 14 feet high. They had like 2 big barn doors that would open so
right.
that they could close it. But it was completely so the whole street was just a fence, and it was houses.
Yeah, a lot of the houses that are that are kind of nicer are like compounds, almost
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
closed
walled
off.
and yeah.
All the
then-
windows are barred.
A teammate had rented a Airbnb when he was staying there, and so unassuming, like you said, we're downtown Merida, and it's on the street, and there's these huge walls. It honestly didn't look that nice. The walls are kind of beat up, everything like that. We go inside, and there's like this little water,
Like a moat.
Moat?
like a little moat running through the inside. So you
Wow.
walk in. Your entry is like this wooded pathway with around this, and on the sides. This is inside
Okay.
the house. On the sides is like this little moat,
Oh,
going
cool.
through, and it was like amazing inside. And you just have no idea. You go to the backyard. It's green. It's got this nice pool, but like you said, huge
Iron
cement.
fences, yeah.
This was like concrete walls. Huge concrete walls, and I've thought about that. Like, why did they do that? Why don't they have anything kind of?
Do you think they used the guy that we used in that footage? Painted himself in a corner, then fell into
I
it.
don't know. Some of the stuff looks like they might have done it that way,
Yeah.
but no, it was pretty crazy. Like
It's our top
everything's
workers.
blocked off. I wonder if that's just all security or something.
Yeah, probably. Would think.
It sucks.
That's crazy.
Merida was the safest city, one of the safest cities I've ever been in.
Where?
Merida,
Merida?
Merida?
yeah,
It's down by the
Merida.
Yucatan, like
Merida.
Yucatan Peninsula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Have you been to Cancun?
Beautiful.
Puerto
Yeah.
Vallarta?
I played in Cancun.
I've been to
He played in
Cancun, but
Cancun.
not Puerto Vallarta. Just to Cancun. It was nice, but it was years ago.
very dangerous right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like one of the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancun is?
Yep.
Yes.
I
was
wouldn't
there,
even.
like,
You don't even want
1990.
to take a vacation there. The last time I was there, that's
Yeah.
so
Now-
bad.
God.
I will tell you a story that I used to go down with these. Well, let's just call them guys. But he had a condo, and it was right next to Mick Jagger's house. Mick Jagger has a house in Cancun. It's so cool. He has a bedroom, right? It doesn't really have any. He has those like giant sliding glass doors that you would picture. You open
Yeah.
it up and you can see
like
because it's
inside is
right on the
outside.
beach,
Yeah.
right? But his bed. He has his bed sitting on a waterfall, so the water goes under the bed and then over.
How
So you could
cool.
imagine, like, you slide out of bed, you could just kind of fall into the pool. I wouldn't say you could do
That's
it, but
unreal.
it was gorgeous.
That's awesome.
The good thing is that we went right after they got hit by a hurricane, so all his windows were busted out. So we were walking
Oh.
around his house because, I mean, it was
Trashed.
trashed.
Oh my God.
I mean, we weren't taking anything. We were just like, oh my God, this is so big. We looked at the kitchen. He had, a full, like 3 islands of kitchens with 24 stoves, like 6
my gosh.
Vikings going down. So the guy obviously brought some friends and family and everybody to
Jagger.
relax there.
Right.
But so, like, it was kind of weird because he had a house that was right next to this building. And we were on the 3rd floor. That's his condo. And the condo patio could hold like 85 people. It was this huge
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
thing. So when we'd walk out there and sit, I mean, literally, I could be like looking at his bedroom, like, hey, Tiny.
I was going to say, a stiff breeze can blow that guy away, man.
He's
he
a
doesn't
twig.
weigh much.
No, I mean, he's dancing around up there.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
I don't know.
I've heard he's like 5'6".
Yeah, they're all
Oh
small.
my
Five.
God.
That's what surprised
It's
me
like
about
my
Waka
height.
is so many of those artists are
Yeah, they're all
small
puny.
guys, but we've
yeah,
met the
he's
2
tall.
biggest guys probably in the whole industry, Snoop
right.
and
How tall is Snoop?
Yeah.
Snoop's tall, like what,
He's
6'6"?
Yeah, 6'6".
He's that tall?
And he's,
Oh, he's
just
super
as
tall.
But he's about
skinny as
115
Yeah, he's,
pounds.
yeah,
Say
he's
he's
about this big
tiny.
around, but yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he looks
He's really
little.
6'6"?
Yeah,
know
6'5".
that.
at
I was
least,
going to
yeah.
give him 6'1".
And then you remember his bodyguard?
Yeah,
Remember
your buddy.
Yeah, I knew him. His bodyguard
He's
is
massive.
7'2", 450 pounds.
Oh.
Oh,
my
that's
gosh.
Waka has him now.
His name's Tiny.
Well, they're all named Tiny.
Yeah, but this guy's done a bunch of other. He was in a.
Was his name Jeff?
No,
Okay,
his name
that's-
is Winston. Actually, His
Winston,
real name is
okay.
Winston.
It's a
And
Winston.
yeah, he looks like
Winston.
he eats babies.
Right?
Really?
Like, this guy is
Get
the
him on
meanest
belly.
looking dude. Yeah,
Oh my
he's
God.
he was in a Marvel series just recently. I can't remember, and he's the huge, strong guy in it. But yeah, he's the meanest looking son of a gun you've
Oh
ever
my
seen.
God.
His
Meaner than
hands
Ice
are-
Cube?
Huh?
Meaner than Ice Cube? Because Ice Cube,
He
every
looks-
time he looks
He's
at
got
you,
that look.
He
he's got
looks
that
like
look.
Ice Cube. He looks like 2 of Ice Cube, and he's really angry that there's 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Cube is a nice guy, though, by the way. Just I got to meet him on the set of Barbershop 1 and 2.
Nice.
So, yeah, I was sitting with him. But he's just got that look. He's always an intense looker. But when he sees his kids, those deep, intense eyebrows,
Yeah.
they go like that.
Yeah.
Shoot, after Friday, he softened up a lot.
Yeah.
He
Well, he went
grow
Hollywood.
up, and you're like, man, these guys, they probably go, man, being angry all the time, that's not the way to live. I don't got to be angry
Well,
anymore.
he started to put out albums that had more of an uplifting kind of feel to them.
Yeah, even go back to Good Day, or what was it?
Yeah.
NWA?
No, got to say it was a good day, whatever that song was. Anyway,
Actually, I don't remember what the title of that song is.
You know?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't know it either. I do know the song, but I always listening to the rap reminded me, and I was talking with Waka because remember? Did you see the movie Next Friday?
Yes.
It's Ice Cube, Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
When did you see part 2?
Part 2 is next Friday. So
Oh, it
there's
is.
Friday,
Oh, it's Friday.
Friday,
Next
and then
Friday.
next
You're right.
Friday
Right.
After
Right.
next.
There's
Yes.
another one.
Yeah.
A third
Yeah,
one.
the third one.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
didn't see
third
that
one's
one.
Funny.
But I love the guy. I don't know. He played the crazy rich uncle that won the lottery.
Yeah.
And he says, "I swore I'd never leave the ghetto. I would stay here all my life, but as soon as I got my check,
gone.
I was gone."
yeah,
Now I'm the king of Rancho Chucamonga.
Yeah. Wearing his little silk
Silk
thing.
robe and
Yeah.
jammies and stuff. Oh my god, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie. Well, I think our hour has come to the end, so we got to say we wish Manny the best games possible.
Yes.
We'll be watching to see if you get hit with a ball.
No,
Yes,
We'll be cheering for
because
you.
when you come back, we're gonna have that as a blooper.
no doubt.
Somehow, some way, we're gonna get that video footage. Maybe you could send us some video footage.
Yes.
Hey, this is Manny live from Mexico.
I would like to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
That
good.
would be cool.
Maybe I'll come down.
I would like to figure
I'll go
something
with
out.
you.
I'll take a little
What?
trip and go see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to
Go see
kind
Manny
of
play.
give. I'm trying to think of how I would want to do it, but I would like to kind of give an inside look of what it's like to go play in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because
That'd be really cool.
I know that
Do you
we're
play on Fridays
almost done. Yeah,
at
we do.
3:30?
Yeah,
I know, right?
yeah, 3:30. We're pretty much busy from 2 to 12 every day.
2 to 12?
2 p.m. to 12 on the weekends, maybe
Dang.
what
9 to
5?
Yeah.
9 to 5, 6, something like that. Yeah, but
Pre-recorded, Manny.
I mean, there's times in there where you could just do like a quick little whatever, you know.
You should do some Facebook Lives or something like that, and kind of just
Yeah.
show what those clubhouse situations
Yeah.
are. So
Well, if
some
you
of them-
download,
have to re-
if you
you'll have
download
to-
our app, you can
That's
just
so
connect
much
right
Not
in.
even, like, running
You'll have to
water
relax
in
the
clubhouses.
restrictions
They don't turn
on
It'll be the
maybe the
middle of summer,
language
and they
and
won't turn on.
Oh,
the
there's
air
no
conditioning for
restrictions.
Oh
us
man,
as the visiting team.
There's a
oh
beat
yeah,
button.
they're
that's terrible.
they
So
take
you
the glo-
purposefully do
oh
that.
yeah, they take the gloves off,
He said sometimes there's not
and they,
running
and they
water.
don't and they don't keep them up. Yeah,
Turn on the
they-
air and stuff in the summer. That
It's
would be
pretty
rough.
brutal.
It'll be
But-
100 degrees and 90% humidity, and they won't turn the air.
I'm going there
conditioning
for the
on
love
us
of
in
the game.
clubhouse
Yes.
on purpose.
Why?
For,
Yeah.
And
for
we'll
the
be watching
visiting
and
team.
cheering.
When you're the
Oh,
visiting
okay.
team, the home team won't like turn your. They'll have the water not running, and like you can't even take a shower or have splash your face.
It was the
Serious.
playoffs and that
Yeah.
happened.
Really?
It just
my
so
God.
happened that the AC
They
went
play
out.
dirty, man.
Oh yeah,
It's like My Blue Heaven. Remember when did you see that movie with Steve Martin?
yes.
Where he plays the
I've seen it.
mobster?
Yes.
And then every time the other Italian women's walk up to the refs and they're like, keep it legal. You know, and he's like, no, I can't. He goes, then he takes the money, says,
Yeah.
all right, I'll keep it legal. You know.
I know we're almost done, but I do want to say one more thing. I think Mexican baseball, the Mexican league, is just going to get better and better.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Are they recruiting from like Domingo or
Dominican and all that.
Dominican? Domingo.
Domingo.
Santo Domingo. You were thinking
Santo
Santo
Domingo,
Domingo.
yes.
Well,
They had the
yeah,
city, right?
It's everywhere, man. It's basically they are affiliated with Major League Baseball. So
Do you get a team picture?
no,
They don't do that?
I think we maybe take one, but I don't remember getting
You
one.
take one. Yeah. You
You
can
always
order. You
take
can
one,
get it in
yeah.
the gift shop or
Yeah, I'll
whatever.
probably download it off the internet.
You got to buy your own picture?
Yeah,
Right.
right.
No, but yeah, it's gonna the competition surprised me my first time. It was good, and I just expect it to be even better now because of what Major League Baseball's been doing. So
Well, I want a jersey.
okay,
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want to put it on the wall.
No,
Wall of Fame
of
here.
course,
for
From
sure.
all of
Taco.
our
You want
I want a taco.
dude, they're the best.
They're the best.
Man, taco there.
You know, people don't like stigmas and
taco.
stuff, but and a lot of times they're bad, or sometimes, but the reality is in Mexico, you do eat everything with a tortilla, and you eat a lot of tacos and burritos and all that type of stuff. The typical stuff I had, it's just better.
So good.
Yeah.
Or the ceviche, or the octopus.
Did you go to a bullfight?
Oh,
No, but
you
I
don't
know.
octopus for you?
No.
So in Tijuana, I know they have a bull ring right
I
next
will.
to the
I'll have your
stadium.
octopus.
I've been to
Okay.
one when I was in Mexico, and that is pretty brutal.
They really look up to those guys, don't they?
Oh yeah. I just
The what do they call them?
Which guy's the
Matador.
bullfight.
Oh, the
Matador.
Matadors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Wow.
We'll miss you, Manny. We'll
Yes.
be cheering for
I'll miss
you.
you guys
Manny?
too.
Buena
but-
suerte, amigo.
Gracias, amigo.
There you go.
Me tocadisco on Sunday.
They make
night.
fun of me because I'm a. They make fun of me because I'm a dual citizen now, but
La Fuego.
I'm
is
a
in La
gringo.
Fuego,
I don't
Teca.
speak Spanish very well, so
Do you
You know how to
understand
say
it,
all
though?
those tacos and Doritos.
I'll get better the longer I'm there. But
Yeah.
I don't seem to retain it very
Okay.
well. No,
Well, it's
not
all
that
right.
smart.
Dabble.
Well, then the hecklers won't bother you.
Right?
That's why I ask so many
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm doing game phases because I want to ask questions. I want to learn.
We all want to learn. That's why we're
Yeah.
doing it. So,
Yes.
first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming today. Manny, best of luck in the
Thank you.
in the season down there in Mexico. We look forward to your return, safe return, of course.
Yes.
And you've been watching Ace Media, and this is In Question. I'm Jerry. We'll see you next Friday with a whole new group of people coming in. We got some celebrities, and we're going to have kind of a surprise guest coming in. So he's a 3-time world champion person. So we're going to bring him on. So we'll see you next Friday, 3:30.
Peace.
Hopefully Manny will watch us. If not, we'll bring him in live, whether we tap into his phone or not.